Damn it. Right away.
Welcome, everybody, to Sasha and Goff, a live recorded. I'm Sasha. And we are back this week with our New Year's episode entitled Going Out with a Bang. This might be it for Goff, too. I don't know if you've seen this, but he is as red as his shirt. It's a beautiful thing.
We're really doing this, huh?
Yeah, what's going on, man? How you doing?
For anyone that's just tuning in, it's a little aspiration. I'm good, though. Okay, I'm good. I'm doing... Go ahead, you talk.
Well, you survived Christmas, which is good. We don't know if you're going to make it to the new year, but...
I think I'm good now. Crying a little bit.
That was a fun way to start the episode. We are back. So what we're doing on this week's episode, we're going to be talking about our top and potentially bottom 3 going out with a bang. This is what we're going to call.
So we talked last week how it's like, it's New Year's Eve, end of the year. So we decided to take a couple real or fictional humans and like how retirements, deaths, anything where someone ended their tenure.
Yeah, because we're ending our tenure of 2025. And so next week's episode will be in 2026. We were trying to be a little creative with it, and I don't know if it worked out, but
I mean, I got a pretty good list. I
solid
think,
list.
So
the list itself, but just explaining the list has been a little bit.
You got to come up with the name and the thumbnail.
Yeah. So. Oh, the thumbnail is going to be horrible. But yeah, welcome everybody. Wow. Sasha and Goff Live. Check out SashaandGoffMerch.com. Give us a call 727-266-6469 if you have any requests as far as a something that we should put in the bucket. I feel like we're going to have some resolutions this year. We didn't want to do like top resolution. Oh, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to whatever, not kick my dog or, like stuff like that. So,
I found that people like these days get more, not offended, but whenever I ask people, they're like, really?
Yeah.
Or like people are just like, fuck that.
Yeah. Cause everybody just gives up in general.
Well, either that or people just quit when they want to quit.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about our show resolutions for the year? Cause I got a couple. Things that we got to do in 2026.
Well, we got to stop doing Google Meet because I sound like Cindy Brady every time we do those, apparently. I don't know what the problem is. If I sound like it still, then it's me. But
yeah, it's you.
That's one.
More live shows, which, by the way, we did 95% of them. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned with that. We got to figure out our audio. We got to figure out a better video. I think that's the thing that we should really concentrate on.
Yeah.
New crank. I got to get a new crank for the bucket. We got to get the bucket nicely working. You might have to do some work on my house in order to get this done because I'm only half a blue collar boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I put in my 26 hours a week and then I'm out. I'm spent.
Yeah.
So I might need your help creating a better bucket situation. The bucket stays, but the pulley system that I have here might need a little bit of help.
Well, I did just finish school, so I am a bit of an electrician now.
Look at you.
Tell me. I keep telling my wife I'm a college graduate. She says I haven't gotten there yet, but no, maybe I could put some of that knowledge to test and we could rig something up. But yeah, I am finally done with school. Thank God.
You passed?
Passed with a 95%.
Woo!
Yeah, so my partner and we got 100% on our final, so that was awesome. And it's not like I was worried about not passing, but I might have mentioned it at first. The school said they'll pay for it, but it's like you got to get an A. So there was a lot of stress there.
Yeah,
it's like, so if I don't get this money back, it's like the second the class ended, I already put the book back on eBay. So that's ready to go. And I'm gonna miss the teacher, but that's about it. I mean, like, it was an eclectic group. And I told you and Megan a story about one of the kids in the class that I was a little concerned about maybe. And he kind of doubled down at one point when he started really getting incel-y, telling me that all women are evil because he has like a bad relation. This is a kid I just met in class that's like 19 years old. He started telling me how much he hates his mom and then all women are evil and me like kind of snickering and him not snickering and being like, no, seriously. Because he started that conversation by asking me, are you divorced?
Wow.
Not have you ever been married or anything, just saying, are you divorced? So, but yeah, met some interesting people in the class. The teacher was awesome. And either way, I'm happy to be done and to have my Wednesday nights open now. So
do you have to, or is there an opportunity for you to take more classes?
There definitely is, but at this point, I'm just, because I don't want to say I didn't learn anything in this class, but not a whole lot of it applied to what I'm doing at work these days. A lot of it was more just like understanding what that is or what it's called or whatnot. So I'm not saying I didn't learn anything.
You learned nothing.
But
did you tell your boss or whoever about the thing? How does that work out?
Well, the weird thing is there was a changeover in management in between me doing this. So the boss I have now doesn't even care if I do it.
Wow.
Yeah. But the school that I made, my job I made the deal with is still just like, well, you still got to pass. So at this point, I'm kind of like, if they're not going to make me, then I'm good for at least now. I mean, and I hate to say that because I don't want to make it sound like this is a waste of time, but it was definitely more for them.
Yeah, definitely a waste of time. That's okay. It's good. And it's good that you're, learning.
Well, I appreciate your support.
Yeah, it's fake, but it's there. It's there. What did we do last week? Last week was the Christmas Cranktacular.
Yeah.
I think that went okay. I didn't throw up any catfish or eggnog, so that was good. The week before, we did top mustaches.
Yeah.
And I told Megan about that episode, like after we had recorded, and she was like, "Oh, you clearly remember to say Flanders and Steve Harvey." And I was like, "No, you'd be good on this podcast." Yeah. But
there was a really
we did not.
There was a really potent notable I wanted to add, and it was that one from The Office where the cold open is they can't remember if Stanley has a mustache or not.
That's
so
great.
When he walks in there, like holding a piece of paper over him. So that I thought of that one, but
yeah, and neither one of us mentioned Ron Burgundy either, which I eventually used for the artwork.
Yeah,
but we're a disappointment to most people. We did get a message also from our dear friend Alf from Melmac, who you had mentioned that he should watch Titanic 2.
Yes.
And so you know what he did?
Oh my God.
He immediately watched Titanic 2.
I want to hear it.
And he sent a message. He said, "Wow, was this movie something?" I loved the Nat Geo opening, but what was with the surfer riding waves in the Arctic?
Yeah, and then it just like
creates this. The one thing this movie had was a ridiculous amount of waving. The first 15 minutes was just people on a ship waving to people on the dock and them waving back. I feel they are out there still waving to this very day. Good golly, the CGI and green screen work was so bad that it was hilarious. You get it, Elf. I think they could have done more with the movie title, Titanic 2, Leo's Revenge, Titanic 2, The Iceberg Strikes Back. Adios, you bastards, your friend Alf from Melmac. Thank you for taking the time to give more money to Titanic 2. Once again, not the sequel to Titanic, but just
only
a clever
you guys
name.
Can get Titanic 3 created.
Yeah, and there is a Titanic 666, which is a horror movie based on the Titanic.
Is it like available?
I've never seen it. It's not up my alley, but I might have to watch it for this.
I was thinking it could be fun at times if we both just watch
something.
If you guys think of something, or if you come across a terrible movie that's available for us that we don't have to pay for.
Yeah. Or even pay for.
Yeah. And maybe we
probably
we got $16 over there.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we had more. What happened?
I had to pay for schooling.
Oh, son of a... but yeah, thank you, Elf. Thank you for spending the time to watch that brilliant movie. I'll call it brilliant, Titanic 2. So this week is New Year's Eve.
Yep.
We're going out for dinner. We're having people over here. You're invited. You're telling me
we're still on the fence because we do have somewhere for our kids to go. So it's one of those where it's just like when you've sent them away, you kind of want to spend time at home. But we haven't done anything for New Year's in so long, and
and you want to sleep by 9 p.m. is what you're saying.
So we might meet you guys for dinner, but then we might cut out before the bill comes.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll pay your bill. We got $16 over here. We got it. Either way is fine. We just come here afterwards and everyone throws their keys in a bucket. And
we will be here.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for. No, that doesn't happen. But this year I am thinking of making the basement just a dance room.
Just a fuck party?
No, just dance off. Everybody dances because Putski can do the worm. He can do the worm. And if anybody can outdo that, I mean, they deserve money. And so, never know. I'm just throwing that out there. Or we'll sit around and talk and eat cheese and wait till we count down to 0. And then that's it.
At this age, though, do you guys just go off the New York one, or do you actually wait until midnight?
That is the. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like wait at 11 o'clock that you could. Yeah.
No, we do the Chicago one. We're still able to stay up. I don't understand people who can't stay up.
Jeez. Well, when you wake up at like 4 o'clock every day, it's a lot.
I know, but one day you can't stay up till midnight.
I'll try.
Whatever.
I'll try.
I'm not forcing you to do anything. This is me looking at you in the eyes saying, I don't care what you guys do.
Yeah. When I asked you the details yesterday, you're like, you can do this or not that at all. Doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to be here and I'm going to have a good time. Last year, I realized halfway through that I was dressed like a Greek diner owner. Nice. I had this big sweater with like a gold chain around my neck because we also have like fake, like hats and stuff to
like
wear.
Jewelry and stuff.
But we had a good time. It's always fun, and it's good to be around friends and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess if you wanted to come too, that would be good. But
you know what? Actually, something crazy happened yesterday. Now, not something crazy, but this is totally unrelated. I'm sorry, but I wanted to tell you. This actually goes back to our flipping days. Sorry, got to mention this. I had something that was on OfferUp. It's been on there for like a year, so I got a message the other day. This was a table that one of Joni's friends at work or whatever gave to her, kind of like when we moved into the house. It was a nice 4-person wooden table, like Walter or something, like a really like a good company.
Peyton.
Yeah. But either way, I sold it for $200 yesterday. So it's like also clearing it out of my garage and getting it. So we got it for free.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because like we actually intended on using it, but then it was like, we don't need this.
I clicked on my OfferUp app for the first time in probably 2 years yesterday.
And it was like, sorry, that wooden table's gone that you were looking at.
And it wasn't yesterday. It was like 2 weeks ago. And ever since I had opened the app again, now I'm just getting all these notifications from OfferUp for no reason. Yeah. It'd be like, hey, leave a review for something you didn't purchase or whatever.
They've got, since you've been out of the game, I mean, like, that website, it's even more annoying now because you'll get an update and it will be another buyer asking for your advice about the price on something.
Yeah.
Like someone's just like, hey, they want 30 for this. What do you guys think? It's like, I don't fucking care. Don't ask me this again.
Yeah, that's horrible. Well, anyway.
That was a fun thing that happened to me this week.
Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, I'm just trying to get through the week and count down days in 2 days or whatever. Shortened work weeks are nice.
Yeah, they are.
That's cool. Last week, only 3-day week. This week, 3-day week for me.
Yeah, I had last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, and then I get a half day. I guess the day this episode comes out.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, then let's move on. Let's make this a quick episode. The year's about to end. We got to get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Time for thumbs up, thumbs down, which we didn't do at the Cranktacular because there's no rules for the Cranktacular.
Nope.
That's the one time of the year. It's just chaos, all out chaos. So
I asked you before, thumbs up, thumbs down, and you gave me a thumbs down, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. I'll go first. Right. I have a thumbs up for you. Have you heard of this band? It's a band called Grayhaven.
Like the name.
Okay, I like the name too. I've also heard of a band called Seahaven. They're all right too, but Grayhaven was sent to me by producer Tony. Now, if you remember 2 weeks ago, producer Tony sent me Carpenter Brute, which was I gave it a big thumbs down. It was some sort of synthy German, I don't know what it was.
I swear to God, for a second, I thought it was a special kind of brute, like for carpenters. It's like not the George Murison kind.
Well, you did start this episode with a lack of oxygen to the brain, so that does make sense.
Oh, yeah. What the hell are we anyway?
Grayhaven is Tony's redemption. He sent me this band, and cool band. I don't know how much into it I would get, because it's like screamy, like hardcore screamy, and like riffs and kind of heavy. I do think you would like it.
Okay.
But it also goes into singing, and the guy's got like a decent singing voice as well. They're on Solid State Records, and just decent band.
Christian band.
Oh, is that what Solid State is?
Christian label.
I remember the name.
It's like a subsidiary, I believe, of Tooth and Nail.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Grayhaven, and Burn a Miracle was the song that he sent me. I think they have a video for it. So thumbs up, Tony. Thumbs up. Also thumbs up here to, you might not like me after this.
I'm already not liking you.
Radiohead, In Rainbows. This is a shitty band with one of the shitty albums. And this is a band that people in my life are really trying to get me into.
I guess so. Because you've talked about them way more than I'd like.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a fan, but then I find a song I like. I find something over here. So,
are they, by the way, are they still a band, or are these songs you're hearing old? I have no idea.
These are old songs. In Rainbows is a 20-year-old. Maybe it's not that old. Maybe it's 15 years, whatever it is. But anyway, I got a link from my dear friend, my Kumnana, and he sent me Radiohead in Rainbows from the Basement. This is from April 2008. This is a live, quote unquote, live show. It's them in a studio, basically. Okay. There are like people there, like they'll finish songs. I know, I've heard these. And you hear like crap, like clapping and crapping in the background. The crapping's Radiohead. But I watched this with Megan because that's like Megan's favorite band and album and whatever. She loves Radiohead. And so I was like, okay, we'll watch this together. It'll, I like music, so I like watching anybody play music, even if I don't like the music. So we watched this thing, and I would say that I probably enjoyed 60 to 70% of this thing, which is a lot more than I thought I would, right? I thought I'd be in like the 10% range. Okay. Then I listened to the album afterwards, and I only like 2 songs on the album. So to me, that means that I just like watching musicians play their instruments and stuff like that, and they can get into it a little bit more. And you're like, all right, cool. But Radiohead continues to be this band that is just still too... There's not enough structure. I need structure in my life. But now,
are they still a band, though?
No one knows. This is no one. I would guess so.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if they had officially retired or if...
Yeah, I don't know.
The lead singer's dead. I don't know.
I think they're still a band. The lead singer is still 3'2" or whatever. You kind of look. Yeah. He does that. That's how he shakes. I don't know if you've ever seen Fred Armisen's impression of him. It's excellent. It's
I can just in my head imagine it and be like, yeah, that's good.
Yep, it's perfect. But I got to give it a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. It's like an hour of them playing music. So take that for what it's worth. And then my last thumbs up here is local thumbs up. Thumbs up for, where are you at on soul food?
Like,
have you ever had it?
Oh, I think there's a movie called that too.
No,
I don't. I'm going to say no.
Where are you at on the movie Soul Plane? No, soul food. So it's not a food that I dabble in too often. Okay. But there's a place called Priscilla's Soul Food. It's in front of. It used to be a Boston Market, and it's in front of my uncle's old bar in Carroll Stream, Illinois.
Yeah,
and you walk in there, and it's still Boston Market-y, like the same setup.
Well, they all closed down.
Yeah, and then so they just moved in there, and so this is a soul food place. We went there last week just to get food to like bring to Megan's mom's house, and this place was awesome.
Nice.
And they have like all kinds of. They have like yams and like
what's it called? Collard
greens and Priscilla's, and just like all kinds of soul food. They have smothered chicken and ribs and all this crazy stuff. Right? It was delicious. We took it back and it was delicious.
Nice.
B, like big portions, all that stuff. The other crazy thing was we were standing in line because Megan had ordered online and we were just going to pick up. So we both go inside and we're just standing at the thing waiting. And this lady comes over. We assume she's Priscilla. They called her Lily.
Okay.
So I think Priscilla, Lily might be a nickname. Maybe a stretch. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. But so she comes over. And she's just talking. Oh, it's going to be a couple more minutes. Oh, no problem. And I'm like, hey, what's this? Because it's like cafeteria style,
Okay.
You can like look at the food and pick stuff out or whatever. And I go, what is this? It looks awesome. And she goes, oh, that's our smothered pork chops. And Megan was like, oh, cool. This is our first time here. We're like excited to try the food. And she was like, oh, well, then let me give you some pork chops. So she gave us free pork chop, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So we were just like, oh, all right, whatever. Well, she went and got a plate and gave us 2 giant pork chops, which is not like a taste of pork. She was like, yeah. Well, and we're like, oh, this is our, no, we're good. Like, you don't have to give us stuff. And she's like, I want you guys to come back, like, to try the food or whatever. And then Megan said something like, this is our first time trying it. It's my mom's birthday, and we're all, she wanted to try it, and so we're all trying. And she goes, oh, what kind of cake does she like?
God.
They have all the desserts, like like 10 different kinds of pies and cakes and all this stuff. And we're like, no, like, come on, you can't, like, and her mom made her own cake because she wanted to try a carrot cake recipe or something.
Okay.
So the lady was like, okay, all right, fine. But still, she gave us this free food.
That's awesome.
And just like a cool place, cool vibe, nice people. And then we brought the food home, and it was all I had was sides because I was still eating catfish regularly at this point. Which, by the way, they also serve catfish there, so I considered getting more catfish.
I gotta do catfish, please.
Or BYOC, like bringing my own catfish anywhere I go. But it was awesome. Green beans and mac and cheese, and like comfort food, like real, just like. I'm not doing anything after I eat this. I'm on the couch food. So Priscilla's local in Carroll Stream, check it out. And that's all I got.
Okay. All right. So this is a weird one, actually. My first one. This is a big thumbs up. So the last 4 or 5 episodes, right? Or was it only like 2 or 3? I don't remember. We've been doing this. I feel like we've been doing meat for like a month.
Yeah. Thumbs down.
Okay. Yeah. Thumbs down to that. However, the headphones I've been using are a pair of headphones. All right. Basically, I'm giving a thumbs up to the OG Apple corded headphones, like the original earbuds.
Okay.
Best headphones I think I've ever used in my life. And like they still hold up because I've never been a fan of like, even for podcasting, I never wear like the over the ear ones, that are like probably the most popular ones. And then I've had like JBL pairs, like actual just earbuds that are wireless. And they don't it's annoying. I don't know if it's my ears or just the things, but they're always falling out. But yeah, so I was using those for our podcast because I couldn't find any of their headphones. And it was like, oh my God. Granted, you got to have an adapter now because they don't make that jack on any phones anymore, which sucks. I fucking hate that so much.
I was considering getting some new headphones. I found these like Sony ones. They were like $80. And I was like, maybe I should get a nice pair of like in-ear whatever. And then I don't, and I just go to Five Below because they're $7 and they last like
so if you get like 2 months out of them, or
I get a long time out of them.
All right, so thumbs up for those. I didn't. All right, so this is a thumbs down, I guess. This is a band I just heard of recently, and this is kind of weird. I'm gonna say local. I don't know if it's local, but the way I found out about this band is because I kept seeing stickers around town. Where I work.
Take the Reins.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah.
So just because of their font, that's one of those, I wonder if they're like a hardcore band or like an emo, or pop punk. Exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of what they are. Pop punk / emo, whatever.
Yeah.
So I started it off and it's just like, okay, musically it's not bad. Not a big fan of the vocalist or like and then getting more into it, it's
Chick
like
singer.
Not a fan of this at all.
Chick singer?
Maybe a dude.
I think it's Chick
singer. Could have gone
either way. Take the Reins features Dave from She Likes Todd.
Okay.
And maybe even the drummer of She Likes I don't think so, but Dave for sure, who played guitar for She Likes Todd, I want to say.
Okay.
This is like his band that he started after that.
Wow.
And I've seen him many times. I like him, but I don't like him enough to like just listen to it all the time. But they're not a bad band at all. They actually just played Elgin. What's that thing? They have like a horror fest or something like that. There's Nightmare on Chicago Street in Elgin. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
It's a big horror fest every year. So Halloween time, they have just like vendors and scary stuff and contests and blah, blah, blah. And they just played like the main stage over there.
Oh, shit.
They're a solid band. They used to play Brower House. They used to open for band. Solid band, but it's just not my thing, not my cup of tea. They're good. They're clearly a good band, but it's not really like the style that I like to listen to. But you're right. Their stickers are all over the place. I see them everywhere.
It's funny because there's so many different bands that do this, but it's like you knew exactly what I was talking about. And like I said, the font looked, and even the name "Take the Rain" sounds like it's just something that would be like a Warped Tour type band.
You were thinking heavier for sure.
So, I mean, good on them. Obviously, like it got me to look at it, and they're on, Amazon and stuff, so they're produced. So good for them. But yeah, just not my cup of tea. So that's a thumbs down. And then my last one, sadly, this is a thumbs down for no one but myself. Welcome to Derry, season 1. I was looking so effing forward to this show. And the season just wrapped up, and I'm going to say right now, spoilers. Actually, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to give my opinions, and I don't want this to ruin it for anyone else. I thought it kind of sucked, actually. I was very upset because it's like, you know how much I love It by Stephen King. And the movies, and I think I said this like 8 weeks ago when I talked about episode 1, how excited I was. I mentioned that the second It movie started going downhill. And I was like, all right, I can kind of see why I don't like this TV show, because it's the same director and everything. And this guy is just like, well, I've got an idea. And it's like, and I hate to be that guy that's like, well, I read the book and they don't do that. But they just, so all right. You know who James Remar is? Do you know who that is?
I don't.
James Remar is the guy in the Warriors that gets arrested for the possible sexual assault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He is in the show. He's still a good actor. He's still thriving, but he fucking sucks in the show. All of his dialogue is stupid. There's no inflection to anything he says. It's just a poorly written show with way too much CGI, and it takes the whole like It lore and just makes it like stupid. That said, I will watch the next season because it's going to be a new story.
I clearly I'm not going to watch this.
No,
this is
I
not
don't expect
my
you
thing.
This is for like Greek Pete and maybe Elf.
I kind of feel like Megan had the same opinion on this thing. She did watch it? I think she watched it, and I think she was like finishing it and said something like I don't really want to watch this, but I have to finish it because I've put so much time into it or something like that. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe she loves it or whatever, but that's the feeling that I'm getting. Yeah. And just, I don't know. To me, it's just like, oh, here's a thing that has worked. Let's try and suck more life out of it like everything else.
I will say the show was scary. I'll give it that much. They did. But some of the, kind of like what started happening in that second movie, using the same fucking things over and over again and the same scares, but just in a different setting or whatever. So I'm starting to think that the director and the creator of these is a hack, because he also, like, he has more movies that I think suck that are good. He also directed The Flash, the DC movie a couple years ago, which was one of the worst CGI movies ever created. Okay. But yeah, Welcome to Derry season 1. It had some good stuff about it, but overall, I just find my brother and I have been texting back and forth, and it's like, oh, this was also stupid. Forgot about this, and then so yeah, I'm pretty let down by that, but that's what I got for the week.
Okay, so then let's move on to our top 3 out with the bang endings. However, we're gonna call this. I don't know what we call it, but who cares? Let's just do our list. I think
people will get the gist when we start.
Yeah. So we're basically trying to do out with the old and how things end, and 2025 is coming to an end. So whatever. Let's talk more rock. My number 3 of all time favorite ending of a character in a movie is what it's going to be. This was Bloodsport, and this was Chong Li.
Yeah,
he killed a guy. Now, there's 2 crazy things that Chong Li does. One, Ray Jackson, a.k.a. Ogre, from Revenge of the Nerds. Ogre thinks he's beaten Chong Li. He got a little too confident, a little too cocky, and then he got his ass beat. Chong Li stepped on his face and almost ended his life, but didn't end his life because he's Ogre and he's strong. But there was another guy who Chong Li was... and then just
he snaps his neck, right?
Snaps his neck. And then like it stopped. The referee looks at him like crazy, and then he just and walks away. And it was the most badass thing I've ever seen in my life. That's one of those
things, though, whereas everyone else is like, so do we kill?
Yeah.
Can we?
Well, that's the thing. And then they did like a special presentation, like because of the death or whatever, like the board like moved or like whatever it was insane. And I remember seeing that when I was a kid, and like every 3 weeks.
Anytime anyone does this,
oh man, this best movement is king.
Yeah,
I got to start doing that. I got to start doing things that warrant me doing this after them.
We'll think of more.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. All right, so my number 3 then. Mine is a retirement. Actually, you familiar with John Kruk? Baseball player.
Yeah.
All right. Spent most of his career with the Philadelphia Phillies, ended his career, and I hate to say that they drove him into retirement, but with the Chicago White Sox. In 1995, during a game, July 30th, 1995, he hit a single. After that inning, complained that his knee hurt, left the game, and retired.
And never came
So
back.
he basically retired in the middle of a game because next time he was supposed to be up, Frank Thomas came up to bat, and everyone's like, "What happened to Kruk?" He literally left the game, or he changed, went home, said, "I can't play anymore," and retired. So,
wow,
fucking badass.
That is pretty badass. And John Kruk, I think he was always likable.
Mullet too.
Yeah, a likable guy. I think. Yeah.
He had the famous the All-Star game at bat where Randy Johnson. I can't remember if he hit him or if he almost hit him, but like he overreacted, like to the point like he was dying. It was just like one of those funny things. But yeah, just a fan favorite and a funny dude. So
love it. My number 2 is going to be Wilson from Castaway.
Oh, geez.
I love the movie Castaway.
It's
I'm a big Tom Hanks fan.
Also, you love seafood.
I love seafood, and his friend Wilson. I didn't see that coming in the movie, and it hit the feels, as they say, harder than I thought it would. When I saw that happen, I was like, no, like. Didn't see, when you don't see it coming. If you see it coming, you're kind of like, oh, whatever.
It's sad. It is very sad because you're watching, you're like, this is ridiculous. But you think about what it means.
Which goes to show you how good the movie is and the acting and all the stuff that goes along with it. And I came across that one and I was like, that's going in my top 3 for sure. Because I remember that, like watching that and that happening too.
The Family Guy skit where Wilson, and it's like, my name is Voight, dumbass. Voight. All right. My number 2 is a character. It is Tony Stark from the MCU, played by Robert Downey Jr. in the movie Endgame. Big spoiler, I guess, if anyone hasn't seen that yet. So I know you haven't seen it. Iron Man was the first MCU movie. It was like 20 years ago. No, not that long ago. 15 years ago. But so he was the first character to start it all off, and he was pretty much the linchpin, him and Captain America, Chris Evans.
How did they come up with that to be the first character?
So basically they made an Iron Man movie, and it was like, all right, let's see if this thing works out. If we can make money off of this movies, they wanted to start the Avengers thing. That's when they wanted to start this whole like universe. So let's see how it goes. Then the next movie was Hulk. Then it was Thor. And then it's like, they were just doing post-credit tie-ins where it's like, Samuel L. Jackson's in this movie too. So anyway, but yeah, at the end of Endgame, he's fought there. It's again, this stuff is all so dorky to you. I understand that, but like seeing it play out on screen is like, it's for like geeks like us. And I know some of the, the guys that are listening like watch this, but
look, we all have geek stuff that we're into. Every single person has geek stuff that they're into. So,
but like, I don't know if you're from what's really confusing about this though. And I don't know if my guess is no, that you don't have no idea the next Avengers movie that's coming out. So they're like, because these Marvel movies have been pretty much since Endgame, the last like 20 movies have been very like,
really,
because they were like they couldn't miss up till then. Then that whole saga ended, and it's like, all right, we're going to keep it going, and they're bringing in these new characters, and no one cares. So the next Avengers movie is Doomsday. That's going to Doctor Doom. Are you familiar? You're familiar with him now? Okay, but anyway, that's the new big character coming in. Robert Downey Jr. is playing that character. So, but it'll make like that's the thing. Like with all this Marvel stuff, with all this multiversal bullshit, whatever. It'll make sense, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to do that.
All right.
But him leaving as Tony Stark was huge. And I think a lot of people were fine with it because it's like, this is the end of that arc. But now that it's like, they're going to keep going, and it's like, I
appreciate the feelings it gives you.
Yeah, no, it's,
I just don't understand it, movies, So like, to me, I can't be like,
no, but seeing it as a fan, it was just like, it was also one of those like, holy shit, they actually killed him. Because the one before that, Infinity War, there was like kind of a fake out where he got stabbed and you thought he was going to die, but he got through it. And then so for this one, it was just like, wow.
I got so many questions about those movies, but it's not the right time.
It's okay. All right, that's my number 2.
My number 1 is going to be because I remembered this and I was like, oh, I'll just have this be my number 1. I'm sure there's better ones than this, but I'm going with Sopranos.
Okay.
And I'm not going with the finale of Sopranos.
Oh, thank God.
But I am going to go with Adriana's. If anybody is watching who doesn't want to know what's going on because you're going to watch Sopranos for the first time, don't listen right now.
They're like, Adriana's what?
Yeah, Adriana's wedding. No, the way that Adriana is exited from the show was really like, oh my God, they did it.
That, and also just the way it was done was just so unforgiving and like mean.
Yeah.
Like, but just like obviously, well, that's the thing.
And she didn't really do much to deserve it.
No.
She was just kind of like part of what was going along and just living her life. And then all of a sudden was like, wait, what happened?
Yeah. Wait, I'm doing what?
It's time. And it was really, really incredible.
Well, and it's just like, Christopher's in an accident. We got to get to the hospital. It's like to use that to get her to come with you.
And then they did such a good job of them driving in the car. And then you see that they're getting further and further away from civilization. You can see her
starting to like, wait a minute.
And then they turn into the forest and then she knows something's up. Yeah. I mean, it was just like start to finish.
Yep.
What a way. That TV show, we could do a top 3 just based on that show. Characters leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one in particular is probably my favorite. There are other ones that are close, but that's probably my favorite.
She was a great character too.
Yep.
All right, my number 1 is it's not a death. I guess it's kind of a retirement. It would be a movie retirement. This is my guy Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder.
My guy.
Have you seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I have not. No.
Oh my God. All right, so this is another one of those movies where you as an adult are probably like, okay, kids movie, whatever, and it is. But it's one of those weird movies that was made like in the 80s where it's like some of the humor is like, hell, like adults might even be like, that's weird. So this movie, you got Willy Wonka. He's got a chocolate factory. He puts golden tickets in 7 different candy bars. The worst fucking kids in the world are the ones who win this thing. Funny ass story stuff going on in the movie too, by the way. Like there's a subplot where like a prime minister is being held hostage because they have like one of these golden, I don't know. But anyway, so in this movie, these 7 kids come into the chocolate factory, he shows them around, and one by one, they all kind of get picked off in some way. One of them, because they're all doing bad things. Like one of them ends up in like a chocolate river and gets shipped. One of them falls down a garbage disposal thing, all this stuff. So, and then by the end, he just gets to basically
like they're dead?
Off. Well, we don't know. They never show him again.
Wow.
Yeah. One kid in a horrifying scene, like there's literally a river of chocolate milk and he's like drinking from it and then he falls in and so there's like a current because it's like, I don't know. It just shows this kid in a tube of chocolate milk, just like, help!
Wow.
It's nightmare fuel. And then the part where they go through the tunnel, just Google tunnel scene.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
I think you'll like it, honestly. Like, Gene Wilder is such a prick to those kids. And it's like, when you're watching it as a kid, you don't pick up on it. But by the end, I mean, like, you're just like, yeah, dude, this guy hates them. And he's able to just pawn this chocolate shop off to this kid Charlie and say fuck off. So
okay.
But yeah, I highly recommend Willy Wonka and the Chocolate. With the one with Gene Wilder. Don't watch the one with Johnny Depp.
I might watch it right after you leave my house today.
Okay.
I'm trying to make that a thing. You leave my house and then I watch a movie.
All right, man. I'll try to give you good ones. But yeah, that's Willy Wonka.
Okay. I got a couple potent notables for you. One of them, the greatest movie of all time, Titanic.
Ooh.
The not enough room, or was there? The age-old question, the death of Jack from Titanic.
I gotta interject one time just because I just talked about Welcome to Derry. In the second to last episode, there was a scene that a lot of people are comparing to Titanic where they're like, bull fucking shit. He could have done, same thing. So it's just, sorry.
No, that's good. And then the other one, which didn't come from memory, but I'm like searching, I'm doing research for this episode, and this came up, and I go, oh yeah, like it clicked, and it was like you remember watching it as a kid or whatever, but it was Terminator 2. He's going down on the thing, and you see the thumb.
Speaking of the thumb, I texted you the other night when I was watching Ready Player One when the Iron Giant dies. It does the same thing.
I'm gonna watch that when you leave too.
There you go. Willy Wonka followed by
Ready Player One. Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah, T2, man. We've also talked about that a couple times in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
review that.
I'm gonna watch that too. Big night ahead of me.
Yeah, got like 6 hours. All right, I don't have any potent notables.
Okay. What about bottom 3?
All righty. I got to think how I want to do this order. So I will start with Isaac Hayes / Chef from South Park.
That's a really good one.
I don't personally, I have no skin in the game. I don't care if you want to say he was screwed or if what he did was. So basically, Isaac Hayes, a Scientologist, he just started feuding with Matt Park or Trey Stone and whatever their names are. And, Isaac Hayes, who played the character Chef, they finally were just like, fuck this guy. They kicked him off the show, and then they killed off his character in a very horrible way. He basically got impaled and then like eaten by a grizzly bear and then just like shit himself.
What a great character, though.
Yeah. Chocolate salty balls, put them in your mouth and suck them. It's a shame that... But then there, I mean, like, we don't have to get into it, but yeah, it's a lot of people were saying with Isaac Hayes, and it's like, you're fine doing all this other shit, but then, yeah, when it comes to yours, which is Scientology, you've got a problem now. So I think that's when the other two were like, fuck you, dude. It's like, we can easily replace you. So, but it was still sad to see him go, and it was like, damn, the way that they killed him off really showed us that it's like, F this guy.
No, that's excellent. Trying to think of worst ones for this, I couldn't do it. So I'm just going to sit. I have a number 1.
Okay.
Might be the same as your number 1. Maybe not.
Probably not.
Okay.
My number 2 is another TV show one. It was Jax from Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
What's that?
Nope.
Spoiler if you've never watched Sons of Anarchy. So kind of like the show Oz. Spoiler if you've never watched Oz. No, they started killing off all the main characters just as the show was kind of coming to an end. So in Sons of Anarchy, they did that with Jax, who was the main character, and it basically is just him driving down a highway, and he just drives right into like an oncoming semi. So I kind of wish they would have shown it, actually, because that by that point in the show, you hated him so much, and it's just like, I'm only like Megan with Welcome to Derry. It's like, I have to finish, but it was a bad ending. It was because they they didn't show it. It was one of those things where it's like, they cut away, and then I think you saw like part of his motorcycle, maybe, but it was like, that's it?
Yeah, it's tough because it's like trying to decide what is a satisfying ending. Like we were talking about the Warriors, and I was like, this was a satisfying ending. You didn't see what happened to the guy at the end.
Yeah.
You just saw it was just kind of,
rip him apart.
And I was like, that was it. I didn't need to see it anymore. But I get what you're saying. Like, there's a certain level when you put so much time and effort into it where you're like,
7 seasons of this, and it's like by the end he's just cruising, and it's like, I'm trying to remember, it's like, is there a reason he's just gonna off himself? Because he literally does it to like go out. All right, and then I have 2 more.
Okay, well, let me just throw my number 1 out there because it kind of goes with what you're saying.
All right,
with an unsatisfying ending, which has been talked about forever, and it's just the Sopranos ending.
Okay,
this is a horrible ending to a show. I'm not mad about it like some people, because I kind of see like the positives in it, where you're like, oh, wow, this leaves an opening to something else. Yeah. Maybe we get a movie. Maybe it's better for your imagination. And no one else has tried that at the time. So it was like taking a shot in the dark. But to me, it just leaves so much. You're like, no, I need something there. I need
this
one
argument
thing.
Will go forever.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
And so is that good for them? That the argument will go on forever? Probably. People don't think about the show. But for me, as someone who put in the time to watch this whole thing, and then the ending, I get nothing.
But like, for instance, the show Lost, which I love. A lot of people, that ending came up and they're like, fuck this show. Everyone I know who watched The Sopranos is like, yeah, the ending sucked, but whatever. It's a show that everyone's just like, whatever.
I'm in there, but because the show was so good, there was so much good of the show. That's what I mean.
They didn't really care that much.
But the ending was just kind of like, there was nothing there.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, oh man, the show really started falling off towards the end. It was fine. And then just that last thing, you're like, that's it?
It was a bad exit. Yeah. It was a great entrance, a fantastic residency, and a horrible exit. So that's the only one I got. I guess I have another one that is a exit that could have happened that never happened. That's also Sopranos related.
Okay.
You remember Furio?
Yeah.
There was a part where Furio and Tony Soprano there was a thing because Furio had a thing with Tony's wife, and you were like, what's going to happen here? And then there's a private plane situation with a large propeller, and it's just implied that something bad is about to happen to him. And then it didn't happen. Yeah. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, I think the story with him is that he just went back to Italy.
Yeah, and then that was it. You never see him again. He just went back. That's it.
That's good. That's a good one. All right, so my number one, this is more like selfish reasons, I feel, because it's Paul Konerko's retirement. So he retired in 2014. Joni bought me tickets for his final game, which was the final game of the season, and I was very excited until I found out that the night before was the ceremony for his retirement.
Oh.
All I believe my whole family was there. Everyone else, they were at the one where you got like the Paul Konerko statue replicas and all this shit, and he got his statue unveiled and everything. The next day, Sunday the 28th, his actual last day, he played 6 innings with all the scrubs because the Sox were so far out of it and they were playing the Royals. So it was one of those things where I was like, I felt so bad because Joni knew that it was like, man, this kind of sucks. But he's one of my favorite players, if not my favorite ever. So I was really happy that I got to go.
Yeah,
but it was just like, man,
you still got to see his last.
So that's what I got to see him, or had to kind of see him go out. So that was a bittersweet one. And then I have one more, I guess, potent notable. This is Andrew Luck. So you can say whatever you want about, he retired.
I know he retired, but I don't really know anything about it.
So August 2019, he was 29. So it's not like he was a spring chicken, but he was probably only like 6 or 7 years into his career. 3 games into the preseason, he took like a couple of hits and he was like, I'm done.
Wow.
He basically announced his retirement after that preseason game. And it's like, this was a guy that was like the future of the Colts. And they're like, all this money. So, I mean, like, I don't know what the ramifications or the repercussions or whatever for his contract were, if he got sued or anything. But
do they know like why he did it?
He literally was like, he started noticing, I think, his head start and just things like that. And he's like, you know what? So when he announced that, because Elf is listening, shout out to Elf from LMAC. We've had him on our or at that point, we had him as our quarterback probably like 3 out of the 4 or 5 years he played because we loved him. And that's why him being on Parks and Rec, like 3 or 4 episodes, was so much more impactful too. But yeah, I was really upset when he retired. And it was one of those like, good for you, but fuck you, man. And it's like, I'm not even a Colts fan, but I always liked Andrew Luck. That's how he talks.
And it's kind of like Barry Sanders too, who like, it was just like, very early, you were like, wait, what? You're still dominant or whatever.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it's like I don't want to say selfish reasons, but it's like, hey, we pay money into these athletes too, So that's why I understand with like the NBA, it's like, oh, the Bulls are playing the Lakers. It's like, LeBron's out tonight. It's like, hell yeah, it should be an easy game. And it's like, I don't care if we win. I want to see LeBron play.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So Andrew Luck.
All right, well, that's it. 2025 ends with a bang.
Yeah. Good thing we didn't have any suicides in here.
Yeah, I did.
What's your favorite suicide?
I did kind of consider like a Kurt Cobain reference, but I was like, well, he was murdered, so it's not really the same. But that's just my opinion. And also, not my opinion. He killed himself.
One of the guys at work, one of the new guys, he's a little bit older too. We were like sitting in the car the other day, and I don't know, Come As You Are came on or something. He's like, so, what do you think? Like, he's a Hispanic guy, so he's just like, what do you think? I'm like, about what? And he's just like, go, you think he did it? I'm like, I'm like, well, I don't really care, to be honest, but I think his wife did it. I'm like, that's my opinion, but I don't really have good stuff. So.
All right. Well, that's it for 2025. Thank you guys for sticking with us and listening and doing all kinds of stuff. Are we pulling to start?
I don't know. What do you want to do? Or we just want to think one to think one over the weekend? All right.
Favorite January 6th activities.
The other day at my daughter's band thing, the one of the ladies came out to make an announcement about something that was happening on January 6th, and I feel like people now like are weird saying that date. They're just like, on January the day after the 5th. All right, let's see what we got here.
We had a situation with a family party where like someone asked me what we keep our thermostat at. And I always say in this house, we 69, because that's where we keep the thermostat. But I didn't feel like saying that at a family event. So I said, we keep it in between like 68 and 70. And Megan looked over and was like, because she got the joke that I was trying to say. But
yeah. Okay. Just because I went through like 3 or 4 that I know you would hate.
I could do them if I hate them.
Jeez, so much, I got to stop throwing these back in the bucket too, because a lot of the other ones are already pulled.
Favorite Radiohead songs?
No, it's kind of derivative, I feel, but TV bosses.
Okay.
We've just been doing a lot of TV, I feel, lately, but I like doing TV, and I think,
Yeah, I mean, outside of TV, music, and movies, it's like, what else is there for us to
sports,
do?
But
yeah.
I was I want to tell you what this one is, but I don't want to make anyone feel stupid for who sent it in, because I'm looking at you and it's like, there's no way in hell you'd be able to even get 3 of these, I don't think.
All right, we'll talk about it afterwards, and if I can, we'll do it as a bonus.
Okay.
But we'll see about that. Anyway, have a good New Year, everybody. We'll see you next year.
Take care. Bye.